At this time, I would like to introduce McAllen City Commissioner Marcus Barrera and have him give some comments.
Thanks, Eva Jean. Again, I'd like to say thanks to all the legislators. You know, I don't know if everybody realizes, but I just asked Veronica, you know, everybody here are business people for the most part, are professionals. And I asked her, how long were you away in the legislature this year? And she said 170 days. So I want you all to think about that, about being away from your business and for the most part, to a good extent, your family. And think about how much of a loss that would be for your business or your profession. It's extremely hard. You know, us being on the city commission, for example, it's a public service, and we do, we do use up a lot of time working on city stuff. But the legislators, it's a tremendous amount. And so think about that figure and multiply 170 times the amount of money that you try and make for any particular day. And that's a lot of money. So I want to thank them for sacrificing. And I know for a fact that you're absolutely not doing it for the money. You're doing it for a public service. And that's what we appreciate, because all of you worked hard and all of you really stuck it out in the legislature. I was there and I saw a lot of the things that y'all did, and it was hard. It's like pulling teeth. People, you know, basically on a chalkboard, scratching, you're dragging people to your position, and not necessarily because they don't want to do the right thing, it's because it's a partisan thing. And so I'm just happy that all of you did such a great job. I won't be redundant with what the mayor said, but we really, really do appreciate it. I can't thank you guys enough with all the help that you did for our city and the valley in general, because I think that we're all stewards of the valley, because our business in McAllen is very dependent on how other cities and other people do around us. They won't spend money here if they're not making money where they live. So we appreciate your work for all the valley. One of the other things that I wanted to encourage all of you, while we have a captive audience, and I'm sure you'll hear something from them, is the voting numbers in McAllen. They're abysmal. If everyone, I just implore every one of you to make sure you've got offices, you got employees, encourage them to get out and vote. Give them the time off to go and vote in our elections, because one of the problems that we have as a city and as a region is just the voting numbers. They know that people aren't going to turn out, you know, in McAllen. Like I keep saying, the city of Wesco, who has a fraction of our population in McAllen, almost outvoted us in the last election. So I would encourage all of you to make sure that you encourage everybody to go out and vote, and especially for these legislators here. And you know, it really is a non-partisan, the business and economic issues we have in the valley really is a non-partisan issue for the most part. You can go and talk to any one of these people. I know them all personally, and they will listen and they will take it up as an agenda. Now, it may become partisan along the way before it's approved, but it doesn't start out that way. If it's good for the valley and if it's good for the people here, they will listen and they will encourage it. So the other thing I would encourage you to do is talk to your legislators. You may hear things or see them in the see things written about them in the paper, but actually go meet with them. They're all very good people representing our area. So I would just ask them to keep up the fight for roads and business development down here. Traffic congestion is always the number one thing that we see as a problem in our city. It always comes up as one of the top issues, if not the top issue in our city. TxDOT has less money. We're having to take monies that we would normally use for other things in our city and use them for road projects because TxDOT just cannot get the funding. And I know, unfortunately, it becomes a political fight up in Austin, but whatever you can do for us to fund road projects would be appreciated by everyone. And the last thing I'd ask you all to do as legislators is let us know how we can help you. We have in McAllen, at least, and that's, and I know there's other cities around that can also help, but specifically for McAllen, we have a great chamber run by a great staff, and they're ready and willing to help out. I noticed this last time when I was up at the legislature helping testify on the Irrigation District Number 3 issue, that there was a lot that you all could benefit from if more people took the time to go up to Austin to testify or to write letters. Those are big things. You know, one letter, not a big deal. 100 letters, 500 letters are a big deal to a legislator or the governor or anybody else. And I think that one thing that we need to do as a community and as a business community is to start to write more letters and start to become more involved in the process. Because the more Austin hears from the Valley, the more that they're more likely to get behind our projects. There's no doubt that the Valley is the growth engine of the state. I don't think anywhere else in the state do you have the growth numbers and the growth numbers and development numbers. There's no place else in the state that has them like we do. And so I think the more the legislators know that, and the more that they know that what's good for us is good for them, I think the more money that will flow down to our area. So again, I can't thank all of the legislators enough. Y'all did a tremendous job, and I'm proud to be part of the people that voted for y'all. So thank you.